Three-story Roman colonnade. Those are Ionic-style Roman columns. They're not supporting anything. They're purely decorative, but that's a really cool example of post-fire, post-fair, Beaux-Arts, Greco-Roman influence, designed by the man who gave us the fair, Daniel Burnham. We call it simply 175 West Jackson. It's about a 10-minute walk north on Wells Street from our dock if you want to saunter into the downtown loop after our journey. And then as time goes on, things shift though. In the distance there, you'll see the Chicago Board of Trade there with the statue on top. The CBOT, she's from 1930. Designed by firm Halliburton and Root, that building was the tallest skyscraper in Chicago for 25 years. She's a mind-melting 45 stories tall. Art Deco buildings, yeah, smooth stone, typically limestone. The verticality you see there, they create that with what are called ribbon windows. Note the elegant setbacks as the building retreats into the sky. In 1923, Chicago passed zoning laws, which told developers once you build to a certain height on the building, you got to reduce the mass on top so more sunlight comes in the world. It is the 4th tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. You know this building. You love this building. It is, of course, the... Very well done. Yeah, I heard the right and the wrong answer. We call it the Sears Tower. Don't call it the Willis Tower. Those are fighting words. I will fight you in my raincoat on a Saturday morning. It's actually not waterproof, but okay. She stands 1,451 feet in height. She's 110 stories tall. Folks, the Sears Tower is comprised of 9 separate buildings. See how only 2 of the 9 that make it up go all the way to the top? That's called bundle tube construction. That was invented by an ingenious engineer from Bangladesh named Dr. Fazlur Khan. He worked with Bruce Graham on the building with the firm Skidmore, Owings & Merrill, or SOM. And then see to the right, that tower is from the 90s. See how it's very different from the Sears? After 3 decades of modernism, after 30 years of dark black boxes, people wanted color, they wanted material, they wanted wow factor. See at the top? Way up there on top of this 65-story tall building, they light up those cylinders at night with over 1,400 fluorescent luminaries. The building says, like, hey, I was built next to the Sears, I'm not as tall as it, but look how cool I am. It's got red and pink granite that came from Texas. It's got an octagon-shaped tower in the middle, little bundle tubes at the extremities. 311 South Wacker Drive, yeah, by a fella from New York named Cone Pedersen Fox. It's 9 dark black boxes put together and then stretched out to various heights. See these 2 dark black boxes there to the forward? That's Gateway Centers 1 and 2. Those were designed by Bruce Graham, the same fellow who did the Sears, but these corporate soul-crushing buildings are from the 50s and the 60s. So as you gaze upon these, right, these modern skyscrapers, these were done by the fellow who would then go on to build the Sears. So like, let's take 7, put them together, stretch them out into the sky. That's how we'll build the Sears. That's how they did it. 5 years before Dr. Fazlur Khan and Bruce Graham built the Sears Tower, folks, they built a little building called the John Hancock Building. Yeah, people often take, for example, the Metra and Amtrak trains now feeding into Ogilvie and Union Station, all happening underneath these buildings here in the Gateway Center. And then to the right of the clock on the brick building, see the cross bracing and the trusses there on top of the 13-story portion closest to us? That's the Boeing headquarters from 1990. Note the architectural spire, the double-faced clock. Look how overwhelming all the material is. That's like the antithesis of modernism, right? Instead of being a dark black box, now you're talking a crisscross mishmash pattern of glass, stone, steel. But the cross bracing and trusses on that portion, that's actually holding the building up. That's a cantilever system. Engineers couldn't install caissons for the southwestern edge of the Boeing when Perkins and Will was building her because of the switching tracks at the rail yard. So in the 90s, you wouldn't want to conceal that you were suspending the building. So in this instance, you can see that being done up on top of the Boeing. And you get a good look at her right now. 1990, like boom, like how you doing? And then here to our left, prepare to be amazed. See the verticality, setbacks, limestone. It's an Art Deco skyscraper from 1929 by Halliburton and Root, the same people who did the CBOT. Well, we call the Daily News building the Sphinx building. This is the Sphinx building. Don't overthink this. See the annex? Help your neighbor, sir. See the annexes here at the extremities? Those are the paws, right? Boom. The building is the lion facing the river, right? So Art Deco buildings feature these historical markers, but the question is why Neo-Egyptianism in 1929? Well, long story short, in 1923, archaeologists uncovered King Tutankhamun's tomb in the Valley of the Kings. All the gold